speak.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to our Loosey Goosey Show, Air Radio, national news, yada yada yada, and it's a somewhat sunny day out there. Big Daddy Russ Horton, myself, Leah, and Leah Lywood behind the camera. We are at the Appalachian Public Drink House in Georgetown, Ontario, Halton Hills, Canada, and if you want to check it out, you can check out their Facebook page, The Little Room That Rocks.
We are, and there's so many wonderful things with COVID opening up a little bit now. Bars,
a lot of restrictions,
all the restrictions are lifted. We can actually dance legally now and not have someone saying, you can't do that. So things are getting slowly back to as normal as it's going to ever get again. You've got to say it that way now.
Reality,
right?
I just call it reality.
It'll never be, I think we're always going to be phobic though, eh?
Yeah, we're gonna have that. We're gonna have that population that does that. You know, I think even 2 years down the road, we're still gonna see some of that. Because, like, if you look in like mainland China and Korea and places like that, where it's heavily populated, a lot of smog, people wear masks, man.
Yeah, they do all the time. And but now it's funny because you feel like, where's my mask? Wait, I don't need a mask anymore.
Yeah.
But I've noticed about 75% of the people in Ontario, anyway, are still wearing their masks in the mall. And
personal choice, and you're more than welcome to make that decision on your own.
I wear it inside my car if I have somebody in the car with me.
I wear it to bed. I feel in bed that something might come in, or
Well, your glasses don't get caught then either.
Yeah, well, that too.
Are you serious? You wear it when you go to bed? Are you pulling my left leg or my right leg here? He sucked me right in for that one. You realize by the end of the show you're dead meat, Lakin. We're brought to you by Canadian Tourism. Tourism around the world has taken a big bite. I'm professional. I'm carrying on while you guys are losing it. Tourism has taken a giant bite over the last 2 years, and of course, we dedicate this show to Canadian tourism and getting people back to our country from other places, as long as it's not Shanghai.
So they can sleep in bed with their mask on.
You sucked me right in for that. I'm going, is there something I haven't heard about?
That's why I said, you don't have to worry about your glasses anymore.
Did you know that you eat 11 spiders in your lifetime at night?
No, with my mask on, I don't.
Oh, that's why I'm thinking maybe I should wear one at night when I go. Because I already wear the Tony Randall mask.
Now,
the black mask that goes over.
Oh, you wear the eye covering thing,
Yes.
Like they wear on an airplane.
And sometimes someone will come and I'll come out of my room and I'm still wearing my mask, and it's like,
you actually did that to me once. Yes, I do remember that. You did that to me.
My Tony Randall mask. And if you're old enough to know who Tony Randall is, he was the one that originally put it on in The Odd Couple. Remember, with Jack Klugman, who I resemble. I've been told many times I resemble Jack Klugman.
I'd be the Tony Randall, you'd be the John Klugman.
Well, in my household, Sue has even got the Tony Randall haircut.
Yeah? Sue will love that. She'll love that.
Oh, I'll be there for that.
The best sense of humor I know.
All right.
Oh, my God.
We have to get on to some serious stuff here.
This is a really loosey-goosey show, people.
If you're new to viewing. Did we tell everybody that?
Yes, I did. I got through that one.
And the fries.
I got through that
gravy.
one. All right. Oh, my God. Why didn't we do this on the other show?
Listen, we're going to start with a serious. I want your guys' personal opinion about the atrocities that happened, the war crimes.
I don't know if we can actually go on air and
the entire world, but I'm talking about what happened this week with. What really disturbed me was the German Shepherd Alsatian dog laying by its owner that was murdered in the streets. These people were run over with tanks.
Yeah.
They were. I'm not going to go into details. Horrific war crimes here.
Huge war crimes, in my opinion. Like you said, the atrocity of it it's getting to the point where I'm getting concerned.
Well, if it goes on, the longer it goes, it's the more complicated it's going to be.
Yeah. As you can tell, we're in a great, happy place called the Appalachian Public Drink House. Check them out on Facebook.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, that's the most concerning thing I've seen in news in a long time was the horrific.
Well, this is it too. Moving forward, how many more images are we going to see? We talked about this last week with social media today and the way the technology is today. How much stuff are we going to see? Whereas, WW2, you didn't see stuff for weeks sometimes, or if ever.
Well, you got to remember, these soldiers that are on the front line have got phones, and they've got exactly what we're recording this on right now.
Yeah.
So you're seeing, this is really the first war that you see up close.
Yeah, I agree.
You're seeing Russian soldiers being captured by Ukrainian soldiers live. You're seeing the other way around. You're seeing, and it's disturbing that the thing that I'm really concerned about is the big news story there. It was the story of the year, that one. I couldn't believe it. It's comparable to Hitler.
Like you said, when you see the images, it just brings it so much to your brain. You know what I mean? It's something you can't unsee.
You can't, and it's just left. The Ukrainian president Volodymyr Zelensky accused the Russians of gruesome atrocities in Ukraine. Told the UN Security Council on Tuesday that those responsible should immediately be brought up on war crimes charges in front of a tribunal like the Nuremberg in the Second World War.
Right. Yeah.
And after all this is done, yes, if Putin lives through this, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
It's getting loud here, isn't it?
It is.
It's a Friday.
So yeah, we're going to wrap it up as quick as we can because it's going to get louder. And then tomorrow night they got a great AC/DC band coming in tomorrow night. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun. But the United Nations General Assembly suspended Russia from its human rights body on Thursday over the war in Ukraine, forcing Moscow to quit the body. The vote to remove Russia from the Human Rights Council comes several weeks after the country invaded the Ukraine and just days after the reports of a massacre of Ukraine civilians in Bucha, just outside of Kyiv. The vote count was 93 in favor of the resolution and 24 against, and 58 absentee votes that weren't there. Russia is not only committing human rights violations, it is undermining international peace and security, said Ukraine's permanent resident to the UN prior to the vote. So just like I said, this is so unnecessary over nothing, over money. It's over money.
And power.
And power. And power.
Always power, always.
Well, I guess, are the sanctions working though? I don't know. Are they?
Doesn't seem to be. I don't see a...
And you see the Russian media, the Russian television and radio, it's propaganda saying that the Ukrainians are making this up, and that, and the other, and that.
Yeah.
And so the Russian people are being blindfolded, really.
Bamboozled, really.
And, unless we are.
Well, I think there's even an aspect of that we are as well. Or what are we getting that is truth? What are we getting that isn't anymore? It's hard to tell what is, because everything can be edited or photoshopped, or you know what I mean, right?
It's so upsetting, the fact that I grew up with a Ukrainian family when I was a kid. My brother married into a Ukrainian family. I was the younger brother, the kid brother that always hung around.
Yeah, third wheel.
I was brought up by Ukrainian-loving people.
Yeah.
And,
you won't be seeing much for long because Trudeau's trying to get Bill C-11 in.
By the way,
Huge censorship.
yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Huge.
Well, they're trying to follow the U.S. censorship laws and countries and countries like Russia, North Korea, China, stuff like that. The censory laws are just insane. It's the WWW. It's the World Wide Web. You have no control over it. I don't give a flying crap if you're the prime minister, president of whatever. It's a WWW situation, and if people want to use it, they're more than welcome to. So good luck with that.
Yeah,
they've been trying to pass that for a while now, and it's not going through.
He's amping it up right now. He's going to work on it. What happens, but he's working on it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
All right, on the subject of COVID-19, which is still around, I guess, Premier John Horgan of BC.
Yeah, I saw that story.
He's recovering from cancer treatments, and we wish him well. He tested positive on Monday morning. In a tweet, he said symptoms are mild thanks to being fully vaccinated. And he said that he is isolating and working from home until his symptoms resolve. But Horgan recently resumed traveling across the province. 2 trips to Vancouver last week. And he was at a charity ball hockey game with Haley Wickenheiser.
Haley!
I love
her. Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. But we
with
wish
the
the
Leafs
Premier
now.
of BC... yeah.
He's working with the Leafs
I
now.
heard that, yeah. So the BC Premier John Horgan, we wish him well.
Yeah.
He's got COVID. You know, I mean, so many people I know have COVID.
Yeah, we were talking about this on the other show that, you know, I've just this past week, I've had quite a few people that I, you know well in the sense that I call them friends, like I call you guys, that have contacted COVID, and I wish them all the best and well. The ones that have that I know very well are all vaccinated, so you know, hopefully they get through it.
And if you do get it, it will kick the shit out of you.
Absolutely,
absolutely.
Even and we talked about this on the other show or you and I talked about it outside actually that.
So we have to remember some of those conversations outside don't make it here.
Yeah.
Most of them don't make it.
Well, there's a lot that don't make it here. Good thing. Because you want to talk about censorship.
Yeah.
No, but we were talking about it earlier that, you know, you could get COVID and I could get COVID, whether we were vaccinated or not. And the symptoms can vary. Like everybody can...
I know people that have both had it, and sometimes the vaccinated have been worse than the non-vaccinated, and vice versa. So it all depends on your body,
your genetics,
your immune system.
Absolutely.
I must have a good one because I haven't been sick at all for 2 years.
I haven't been in 6.
Yeah, 6 years? You haven't been sick in 6 years? Wow.
I've probably been about the same.
Really?
Yeah. Cold and stuff like that, right?
Well, your immune system, I guess, when you get older, it gets less.
But I do. I wash my hands like 50 million times a day.
I know.
I'm
somebody said that about you.
I
wash. He washes his hands
all the time.
Well, doing what I do as well builds my immune.
Well,
your spiritual connections, you know.
Well, as more transmissible COVID-19 variants continue to emerge, experts warn of the potential for waning effectiveness of vaccines against severe disease. Health officials are advising provinces and territories to begin rolling out 4th doses or second booster shots to most Canadians. Canada's National Advisory Committee on Immunization, or NACI, recommend on April 5th that provinces and territories get ready to offer 4th doses of COVID-19 vaccines in the coming weeks, starting with people over the age of 80 and all long-term care residents. NACI also advised that the second booster be offered to people between 70 and 79 years of age and to people from First Nations, Métis, and Inuit communities roughly 6 months after receiving their first booster shot. So
we should really ask. We should ask Leah how her bum is. She sat on a nail.
It's pretty cute.
I know it's cute. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying she sat on the ledge there.
It got nailed.
She got nailed in the ass with. I didn't say that right. Hold on.
This show is for
sat
over
on a
18
nail.
only.
She sat on a nail.
She sat on a nail. Tore a little schmutz in her butt.
We're trying so hard not
These
to.
are good pants.
We're trying so.
They actually look good on you.
We're trying so hard not to be boring. You know, here's the Easter Bunny, folks. See? Clowns next week too, with balloons.
Big balloons.
All right. A new survey suggests more Canadians are becoming divided, with some saying issues have led them to reduce contact with friends or family. Do you find that?
I can tend to see that, yeah.
Well, I haven't seen my family. I love my family.
My grandkids, I haven't seen them, and I missed 2 Christmases with my grandchildren.
What about you?
Well, I didn't see, most of my family's gone, but I have a stepmother still, and I didn't see her for almost 2 years.
I have a sister who's phobic about COVID, and you can't blame her. She's in her 70s.
Well, you do it out of not only respect, but out of safety. Because when you're going up there, you don't want them to get it either.
We had a wonderful Christmas together, though. Thank God.
Yeah, that was good to see those pictures. That was good.
And you were together with your family at Christmas, right?
No, last 2 years I haven't been with anybody. I spent Christmas Day by myself.
Let's hope that things change. Because you got to remember, family is
like I say, I did a video call. I did that, but it's not. You can't hug them. You can't. It's.
Well, the National Phone Survey by the Canadian Hub for Applied and Social Research at the University of Saskatchewan has done between March 7th and 24th. It asked over 1,000 people about the issues that divide them the most. About 3 out of every 4 respondents said that they believe society has become more polarized.
I could tend to agree with that.
We certainly are.
The
society has changed. It
has.
The way we live.
Well, this is why I say we're not back to a new normal. We're just back to a reality.
Yeah.
That reality is what we're now making it. Really, we're constructing that reality as we get back into it. So it's not it's not a normal that we're ever going to see or be used to from the past.
If only we knew in 2019 things would change forever.
Yeah, but in a lot of ways, the new normal might actually be a little better.
Maybe. Well, that's it. Everybody's so negative.
Positive.
Well, this is it too. Is people in general, I find, and we've been learning that with one of my best friends, Big Daddy over here, is that people don't adapt to change well, and we don't. As humans, we just don't adapt to change well. Once we get into our bubble in our world, it becomes that world. And when there's a slight deviation and stuff, and I'm just as guilty as he is. Believe me, I'm not putting you on the stand here. We all are. No, I haven't even seen you because now you're going into changes in your business because it was so dead. Now you're going into.
Oh, in that manner.
But that's why I say it still has an effect on your mentality and your brain, and once you get into that reality again, you're fine. But it takes those few steps to get there, and it just because we've all gotten adapted to, and it doesn't matter
how you frame it.
Well, that's it.
That's what it boils down to.
Exactly. So it's, and again, that's why I say what was normal was you know what we're just getting we're just getting back into a reality again. That's what we're getting back into. So
we don't know how to handle that. How do you handle a drunk in a bar? They're going to come back again. They just haven't been allowed in.
And it's been 2 years. If it was 6 months or 8 months, that's different. But 2 years, we had to adapt to that, which takes a year or so to adapt to, and then now all of a sudden you're flipping back over again. It's like, what the hell? Yeah, what the hell's going on? Now you're just pissing me off.
The thing that worries me is the masks. The Premier of Ontario and the premiers across the country said, take your masks off, and then a week later, there's a 6th wave coming across the hill.
Yeah. Or one premier saying take it off, one saying put it on, one saying you're not getting a consistent story, and it comes back to what you and I've talked about since day one, the wishy-washiness of it all.
You've got more stuff from the NACI there. You've got your NACI file there, Mr. Lakin.
I feel like what's his name, the guy from NCIS or whatever. Canada should prepare for rapid deployment of a second COVID booster program over the coming weeks, prioritizing adults 80 and over and residents of long-term care on other long-term care settings that assisted living and all that. The National Advisory Committee on Immunization, or NACI, said this on Tuesday. The advisory also that the aim to provide a second booster dose in 6 months after the previous booster dose will be the greatest benefit in people over the age of 80, seniors, and long-term care homes. So I'm just going to call them NCIS Canada. They're on the track. They're watching out for the seniors.
Yeah, well, you got to watch out for the seniors, right?
Well, that's it. Yeah, you want to talk immune systems. Those are the ones that are at the highest
I'm 61 now. I'm approaching that. You know?
You're going to be a senior soon, buddy.
Get off my lawn, I'm telling you.
Well,
One more time.
In some places and in some coupon-type states, you
I
are.
am a senior.
So am I. 55.
Yeah,
Really?
Oh, I know. I'm not this year, so.
Now, you guys didn't show up for my federal budget get-together there the other day. Where I had chicken wings and all kinds
Yeah, but
of
you had
macaroni.
too much tax on them, carbon tax and all that added to it. I couldn't afford it.
I know. In the 2022 federal budget, the government unveiled $60 billion new spending over the next 5 years, aimed at targeted initiatives
Money we don't have.
to build the economy while continuing to chip away at the deficit. They say that every year, don't they? We're going to chip away at the deficit. Well, here we go, chipping away again.
Which is
Everything except the
$1.2 billion right now.
From addressing housing affordability to shoring up the Canadian military in the face of global instability due to Russia's war on Ukraine, and making good on progressive policy commitments helping to keep them in power. And Thursday's federal budget from Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland outlines how the federal Liberals propose to steer the Canadian economy through persistent inflation while moving away from pandemic-era massive stimulus spending. Are we done with that now?
Sounds like
Can
a
we
lot of
move on?
jargon. Sounds like a lot of jargon.
Yeah. Well, I like Chrystia. She's a very pretty gal, isn't she? Chrystia Freeland? Very pretty gal.
Jumping into
Parts
some
of that
world
is boring
news.
as
Yeah,
hell.
we got some world news going on. China's largest city of Shanghai still rising with millions isolated at home under a sweeping lockdown. Zero tolerance as they approach the pandemic increasingly draws complaints from residents fed up with restrictions. Have you seen what they put up? The fencing on the streets and stuff? Oh, you should see it in Shanghai. When you get a chance, look it up on YouTube. They are putting up fencing out front of all the apartments downtown Shanghai. You are not allowed to leave your building. No, you are not. Like,
How are they getting food to these people?
They have people that are doing
I'm sure they do,
deliveries and whatnot. Like, it is. You should see downtown Shanghai. It is completely fenced, and not just fenced, but they've got like stuff over the fencing, like tarps and stuff over the fencing, so you can't see through. Oh, it's crazy, man! I was just blown away.
25 million people. That's
Zero tolerance. You are not allowed to go outside. You're not allowed to leave your home whatsoever. Health officials on Sunday reported 438 confirmed cases over 24 hours, along with 7,788 asymptomatic ones. Both figures were up slightly from the day before, but the northeastern province of Jilin combined with over 4,400 cases on Sunday, marking a huge increase from Saturday. So
Let me ask you a question.
it's crazy what they're doing over there, man.
Let me ask you a question
You
about
think
that.
we were in lockdown? Oh, fuck. If you'd seen what they're doing over there.
They're not flying out of Shanghai into Toronto, are they? Or anywhere?
Well, this is
Have
it.
they closed the airport? I haven't heard
That
anything
information, from what I understand, and I went looking for this information on that, and somebody who's a real good researcher could really spend time figuring it all out, but they're very quiet about what countries they can fly in and out of, what countries they can't, what the regulatory rules are for each country coming in and out. Because you got countries over there like China and stuff like that that are massive numbers. Well, like you say, are people flying in from there?
Yeah.
Like, that scares the hell out of me.
Like, you read the story, it doesn't
I don't
say.
know which ones.
But again, I did-
Mexico, there are lists
There's some, but-
where you're able to fly in and
Yeah.
out right now. But I don't think China was on that.
Well, that's it. So you kind of go, hello?
Well,
Scares the hell out of me. I tell you, it does.
I don't know how they can afford to fly with the price of gasoline.
Well, that too, yeah.
Ba-dum-bum-bum, lead into his next story. See how we work together so well?
Yeah.
I'll
Gas
be tap
prices
dancing before the
hitting
end of the show.
stupid highs. As of
Oh, I forgot my tap shoes. I don't have my tap shoes. Go ahead.
At least you didn't wear your slippers.
I had to look for a second.
It's not snowing anymore. You can wear them now.
As of recording this on the Friday, we saw a 4-cent decrease over Thursday night into Friday. but we're still hitting record highs. Ontario could join Alberta in temporarily slashing prices in fuel taxes and efforts to curb runaway gas prices. While these tax reductions may provide some relief to motorists, experts say the measures don't address the root of the problem, which exists outside of provincial jurisdiction. The Ontario government introduced a legislation on Monday that would lower the provincial gas tax by 5.7 per litre and the fuel tax by 5.3 cents per litre for 6 months, fulfilling a campaign promise made back in 2018, 4 years ago, people. If passed, this would take effect in July after the provincial election in June. Again, you know, they made these promises to taxes on our gas, and then they added the carbon tax to the gas. So once again, you've been lied to, you've been cheated, you've been stolen from, and yet we still elect these public officials into our office. So
I had a thing on Facebook. One of my buddies sent me a video of this guy in Alberta gassing up his truck. And he was an East Coaster with an accent. And as he was gassing it up, $184, by the way, to gas it. $184 to gas up your truck. Yep. And the whole time he was gassing it up, every other word was a swear word. And it was just hilarious. All the way up to $184.
Did you see my post with my wonderful economic vehicle?
Did we miss that one?
I missed that one, yeah.
It's a Fred Flintstone.
Oh, the Fred
car.
Flintstone.
Oh, that!
car,
And
yeah.
actually now I can afford gas.
Yeah,
exactly.
And a lot less maintenance.
You're gonna have to hire somebody to sit next to you who's gonna run at the bottom to get it going.
It's good
I like Barney.
exercise.
Barney.
It's bonus all the way around.
Barney was the engine in the Flintstone mobile. You gotta realize.
Oh God, yeah. Well, his legs were closer to the ground.
That's
so.
right. We're gonna talk about Will Smith one more time and then never again. Unless he has a new movie out or something.
Well, no, he's been fired from everyone.
Well, you know what?
Netflix has already dropped him from 3.
Now, I would think from watching that, we should move along and just get along, but it's apparently screwed him right up.
Oh God, yeah.
This is coming from a person. This is coming from a
Told
person
you.
who
Said it last week.
No. In PR terms, actor Will Smith's slap across the face of comedian Chris Rock at the Academy Awards ceremony wasn't just bad or really bad. It was really, really, really bad.
Very, very, very bad.
At least according to veteran Hollywood publicist Michael Levine, who should know. This guy is a publicist. He says that Smith's actions in the immediate future have deeply damaged his career.
Absolutely.
And if you're buying Will Smith stock right now, let's agree, short-term run, not good, he said Levine, whose client list has included Michael Jackson, Bill Clinton, David Bowie, and Dave Chappelle, and people like that. So
He is also now banned for 10 years from the awards show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, he's so pussy whipped by Jada. And Jada, I've watched a ton of interviews with her over the years and different tidbits of her over the years. And you want to talk about a standing bitch face?
Oh yeah.
This
I don't know
chick,
too much about her.
this chick is just, oh my God. The fact she cheated on her husband and he apologized to her for her cheating on him.
Yeah, but he lets it happen.
Well, that's it. That's what I mean. He's as pussy whipped as you can get. And Will, you have, I'm sorry, lost all my respect. Didn't have a lot before, but lost it all. And then that whole thing on stage, you were laughing at the joke until you saw your wife get pissed off, and then you went up and smacked him in the face. So
That's about the size of it.
Video does not lie. It
But
does
you know
not
what?
lie.
You know what the other thing is? I grew up watching wrestling, man. I mean, male soap opera, and I can tell by looking at the body action that I don't think that was real. I think that
It was.
You
Oh,
think
it was.
Plant?
The fact that he's as damaged as he is right now, it was real. Or they would have come out and said by now, oh no, it was a joke. We set it all up. Because otherwise, his career would be fine then.
Yeah.
That was all they'd have to do.
Yeah,
It'd be
that's
fine. Now, he's been let go from 3 Netflix movies, 2 box office movies.
And he's banned from the awards.
And he's
They
banned
just
from the
came out
awards.
today.
So,
CBC News said,
otherwise,
he's done.
by now they would have come out and said, hey, it was a joke, it was it, and all of that would go away. All of that would go away. You have now screwed your career so bad because you're pussy whipped by a standing bitch. Sorry, Will. that's the way it is. And
we say things here. This is rustic news.
Yes, it is. We say it how it is. This story here drives me crazy because they keep talking about housing affordability is going to be the main feature in the federal budget, and CTV News brought this out. Affordable housing in this country is an oxymoron. It is a complete oxymoron. Whether you're renting, buying a home, whatever, forget it. You do not have a chance in this country. My children will never be able to buy a home in this country. The government is set out to follow a series of 2021 Liberal campaign commitments as part of the 2022 budget, including implementing a new tax-free home savings account that will allow Canadians under 40 to save up to $40,000 towards their first home. The overall housing package is expected to total approximately $10 billion over the next 5 years. Foreign buyers will also will be banned to apply for condos, apartments, and single residential units and permanent residents for 2 years. That's it, for only 2 years. This is bogus. This is a bad political campaign to go on. It is not the way to go in this country. The average home, I just saw a home in Acton sell, and a small home in Acton sell for $1 million. $1 million, Russ. It's a 3-bedroom home, 1.5 bath, for $1 million in Acton. There is something wrong going on here, and when this crash comes in, it's going to be nasty on people.
Yep.
We're going to see people losing their homes because the government has done nothing whatsoever to protect Canadians. So, good luck.
All right. Let's get on to some serious stuff. We'll talk about sports here, everybody. How do you like Austin Matthews, huh? Hey, 55 goals. He passed
56.
56, pardon me.
56.
The Leafs had a great week. They won 3, lost 1. They beat the Flyers, Tampa Bay, and Dallas. They lost that horrible game to Florida. I couldn't believe 5-1 up and we lose it.
Up 5-1.
Yeah, but it shows you how good the teams are around us, you know. Look at Florida. They're the same as the Leafs. Fast. You know what I mean? Could turn around in a second.
Very much so.
The Canadians, they won a couple. They beat, they lost to, hang on a second.
It's your writing, buddy.
They beat Tampa Bay and New Jersey, but they lost to Ottawa. And Ottawa, they won against Detroit. They beat the Canadians. They lost in Nashville. Winnipeg had a shitty week. They
did.
Well, they're out of the playoffs anyway. It doesn't matter. They're done. They lost to LA and Detroit. Edmonton, on the other hand, are in the playoffs. They won all 3 of their games against Anaheim, San Jose, and the Kings. So they're heating things up, and they're right behind the Kings and Calgary in the West there in the standings. Calgary, the team to watch, they won 3 and lost 1. They beat San Jose, Anaheim, LA, and they lost to St. Louis. Vancouver, they're out of it anyway. They played Vegas twice, split the series, and they beat Arizona. And of course, the Raptors are up there too. And they're
Raptors doing great, man.
Yeah, they're
just great.
5.5 games.
We had opening week this week with the Blue Jays as well.
Jays, so of course, Texas Rangers.
Great to see the boys in blue back in
Toronto FC
in
won last week. Toronto FC won.
Team Canada going to the Euro Cup. Like, what a great year!
Like that,
what a great year for Canadians.
We're drawn in with Belgium, Morocco, and Croatia.
Right, exactly.
And now, when you get to the World Cup level, every team there is something special.
Well, that's
So Morocco, you don't hear too much about them, but they're a very good team.
First time our guys have been there since '86, I think it is. So.
'86, and it's going to be exciting. But it's in November. Can't believe it's in.
I know.
It's usually a summer thing, but
the thing
with
is,
COVID,
too,
I guess, and everything.
They're in a climate where it can adapt.
It's always the same.
It's so warm,
sunny and 106.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
All right, for Big Daddy Russ Horton, myself, Lee Lake, and Leah Wood, it's getting loud in here.
Check
We're
out
going to
the
shut
radio
it down. Check out FM108.ca, Radio GTA.
And we own Halton Hills Online
as well.
Community radio.
Our air radio news. We want to thank Tourism Canada. We want to thank the Appalachian. Like I say, it's getting loud in here. We're going to shut it down. Have yourself a great weekend. Be safe out there. And we'll catch everybody on the B side.
All right, expanding community worldwide from Canada's hometown, Halton Hills, Canada. And I'll let you do it there. And while I'm going to eat the fry.
We did the little cross arm thing and everything, you know.
Sexy stuff.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Easter Bunny's coming.